Okay, le tournament wena butwami into le ngathi ngijabulela kakhulu because into le ngathi sinikeze ithuba thina abanye basemakhaya ukusibona silana namhlanje. Sathola opportunity from the Kay Motsepe tournament nasalnam ukuthi sikhona participate, and I think iyasifundisa so many things, and I think one of them is mental toughness, because ma compete means kusho khona ukuthi ungakhona kuthatha any pressure izani empilweni yakho. So yeah, isinikeze ithuba elikhulu kabi.
Hlompho, what will you say to those schools like in the township areas that they somewhat give up because they don't get the support from the corporate, from the government and so on?
I think they just need to take this opportunity when because I can tell you that even back in the village where we started this tournament, we never had hope about any other competition or any sport that we were playing in the village, because it's one tournament and after that there's nothing. So I think that gave us an opportunity to showcase our talent and even go as far as going to the provincial. Unfortunately, I couldn't make it to the nationals, but I managed to go to the provincial twice, and that for me, it helped me in my thinking. It helped me in my in how I see life. So I think there's an opportunity for any kid back in the village, back in the township, to say if you need a platform to showcase your talent, this is the tournament. And I think what I like about it is the fact that it goes to the schools, and we're always raving about the school tournament. That I think there's an opportunity for school people to play football.
Follow-up question to your former colleagues, for them to be part and motivate these former players in the school to be planted in some of the schools. Don't you think it's important?
It is important when because a tournament like this, you need people who have walked this path, and I think it doesn't have better players or people than Abu Kulis or Rowan and myself, who managed to have this opportunity to play in this tournament and even speak about it, because the more you speak about it, the more you give other kids, that hope you speak about, that you'll never know who's watching. But if you have a platform like this, I think you can, get your breakthrough, because through this tournament I got my first contract at Black Leopards, and I think it was because at that time I was doing very, very well at school tournament, and I even managed to go as far as going to the Black Leopards.
Your former coach in Pito has been one of the most vocal people speaking about, I guess, African football, development football, and the investment that needs to be thrown in to make sure that those structures are in proper place. Just how important is this one, and possibly even his ones, the school's tournament, in sort of benefiting that space?
Well, the person you just mentioned, I think we speak about a real football person, and he has been in both sides. He has been a player before, he has been in the township where there's so many less opportunities, and he became a professional footballer. He's now a coach, and I think school tournament is close to his heart and everybody else who is in football, because he knows that every part of our province, in our provinces in South Africa, has got that talent that needs to be nurtured, that needs to be given that opportunity to express themselves. And I think the school tournament is an opportunity for any boy or girl child in this backgrounds, to showcase their talent. And I think it gives a lot of big message to all those organizations and corporate organizations to say you need to invest more in this school tournament, because there's no use to have one tournament and when it passes, what's going to happen after? You know what I mean? So I think I spoke about the sense of belonging. As I say, any village or a township boy, you need a sense of belonging. You know the challenges in our backgrounds, and I think when we were having this tournament, it gave us something to talk about, because in one village you find out that we're not attending the same school. So when you participate against each other, it gives us something to talk about rather than dwelling on even thinking about our struggles.
What do you think? What do you think maybe are some of the qualities that one can earn out of such tournaments? You know that in football, for you to be successful, it goes beyond the talent that you need to have. And I guess these structures provide one a little bit of that discipline. Hence, they are sort of associated with your departments of education. What are some of the lessons that you would have sort of picked up along the way that would have structured your growth or your success in, I guess, in the professional space?
I think this broaden up your thinking, your level of thinking, and how the capacity of your thinking. So this gives you a challenge in your mind to say, I need to compete sometimes out of my box, out of my comfort zone, and as a result, that rubs off even in your academic level, because I did mention that at school I once failed my grade 10. It was difficult because all my peers, has passed that grade 10. But when you participating in school and you even gain confidence, because then people believes in your ability as as a sports person, that sports person can easily do well, and you can even have confidence to approach a friend to say, can you teach me or help me with whatever subject that I'm struggling with? It's because you're now thinking properly, because you're thinking out of the box, and this is the lessons that nobody will teach you, but the sport can.
Hlompho, you're working for this big organization, Motsepe, under the roof of Tate Motsepe, the Motsepe Foundation and all of that. What does it say to you seeing them going out and supporting places where support is never there? I mean, you spoke about the rural areas, the villages, and Motsepe Foundation goes there with the Schools Championship. 20 years down the line, we're seeing a lot of development. What does it say to you when you are associated with such a big giant?
Well, firstly, when I personalize it, I am proud to be part of this family where they're giving so much to our communities. And even when I started in my speech there, I said when I was playing for this tournament, I never knew that I would be a professional footballer, but I knew I was good to play the sport that I love, and I was enjoying the sport. But the platform was given to us to say go and play. And the thing that we enjoyed wasn't the prize money then. It was the fact that we will be having a proper soccer kit that will be written, whatever name, Motsepe and Sanlam. And that gave us a sense of belonging, because then even when we're going to play against other village schools around the village, we still have that kit. It means then we're doing something better than them. So it's more of something that you belong to. And I always say there's nothing that beats when you have a sense of belonging. And you speaking about the family, Kay Motsepe Foundation and the Kay Motsepe and the Dr. Precious and Loy, for all the effort that they're giving to our communities. I'm sure the kids would love to have this, and the teachers which were here are a testimony of that for any kid that is in the village. If you didn't know that it's possible to win the tournament like this and you can turn your school into something, I think this is an opportunity for them to take this serious. And of course, the challenges are there when in the township, where the talented ones will never get this opportunity to play because they don't have equipment. But I think it's about time where we really zoom too much on this school tournament, because there's talent there. We can't be complaining about our national team not doing so well. If you recall very well, back in the days, our national team was considered about so many players that were playing in the school tournament, and they used to dominate in the Premier League. So I think it's about time now where we go back to these tournaments and nurture this talent, because I think we don't have a problem with talent. It's just platform where players need to be given this platform to express themselves.
Let me just bring it home here in the PSL. We've seen the pre-seasons, others we've heard about them. We only see now that football is kicking off on the 3rd. Yeah. I mean, we've seen Sundowns, they just landed this morning. We've seen Kaizer Chiefs going to Turkey, Orlando Pirates going to Spain, Mayoral Cup in KZN with local clubs, Toyota Cup in Bloemfontein, all of the TS Galaxy having their own Meral Cup in Mpumalanga. What's your take on the forthcoming season? What does it say to a Hlompho who has been a player? Take us back. Where are you at this time of the season before it even kickstarts, starting with the MTN 8?
I think as a player, this is the period where you used to gain as much fitness as you can possible, because you can't be judged by pre-season. You need to work through this period of the season, because it's the preparation of what's gonna happen throughout the season. So this is the foundation. I think players need to take that into consideration, to know that pre-season doesn't mean you need to get the results now. Because I think a mistake that can happen is the fans to really think that you need to win anytime you play a football match. Of course, winning is a habit, but at the same time, you need to give players enough room to build on this fitness, because fitness doesn't come by one day. You need to it's a month thing that you need to work on through it. And I think if you know your football very well, you know that players that are doing very well during this period, they don't finish the season. It's because of the build-up of this tournament, of this pre-season. So I think there's a period that is very, very crucial for players.
Also, change is very scary, I guess, for even any team.
Yeah.
A lot of coaching changes also at Sundowns.
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that part? Does it bring any fright that it could shake up Sundowns? The season, I guess, with everything that is happening in that space, coaching changes, whatever seems like turmoil even between with the technical directors, do you think that he has even an ability to shake up the team this season?
All of us here, we take change differently. So I like the fact that you're saying change can be frightening to people. But I think I wish I was a psychologist that was going to read the player's mind and know what they think about this challenge, the changes. But what I do know is at Mamelodi Sundowns, we have a responsibility to continue to win trophies. And I always tell my friends that as players, we're going to be judged by how many trophies you win. And it's the same as clubs. You're going to be judged by how many trophies you win. Don't get it twisted. The teams that are considered the best team in the world, they win trophies. So we will continue to work so hard to win trophies. Whoever take the hot seat at Mamelodi Sundowns has that responsibility to continue to win football matches for the club. Nalo and I, we know that it's not an easy task to perform as a Mamelodi Sundowns. We just have to continue to do the right thing.